representing Starbucks.
Welcome.
Give me some bread.
Hey
Give me
man,
some
what's
bread.
poppin', man?
Uh,
Hey, it's your
yeah, go
boy
ahead.
South McKenzie, man. Big South,
Hold on.
aka J Double L. Stop
Hold
it.
up.
Hold up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just yeah. Once we get going, then like give it a little clean in the beginning, quiet, then just I'm
Okay.
rolling on my end. If you roll on your end, so let's from here just to give about a good five, and then you come on in. All right.
Mm.
All right.
Hey, what's poppin', man? It's your boy J Double L, aka Big South, and I'm honored to have one of my boys here, man. My man Reggie Reg. Reg, what's good?
Man, it's all
Hey,
love, man. Pleasure to be down, pleasure to be here with you, man. Rapping with you, man.
hey, if y'all don't know, man, like Reggie's a good friend of mine. Reggie Edwards, one of the best cameraman on the West Coast. I'm gonna say the best nigga, whatever, fight me. Um, a great friend of mine, one of the guys I resource from when I get Concrete Genius information from, just building platforms. Even when I was a young jit running around, just always been there for me, always been real for me. Born and raised in Michigan City, Indiana, man. Married, father of two beautiful kids, former college hooper, former youth mentor and coach, and also currently a freelance cameraman in Vegas, man. One of my personal mentors and inspirations, um, and a guy that I really have a lot of respect for, man. So, Reg, what's going on?
Man, chilling, man. Just living life, man. Got to correct you on one thing. I was a college football player. I didn't hoop in college, man. I played like they had like a little B team JV type thing that they were doing. I played on that a little bit. Average like
Yeah,
45, but I ain't gonna talk about that. But no, college football. But no, man, everything is love, man. Just me, man. Just grinding and out, doing what I do, what I always do, man. Ever
yeah,
since
yeah,
we've been rocking,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's an honor for you to come on, man. So tell me what's going on out there in Vegas, man. First of all, was about 137 out there?
Man, the heat is here. It's here, man. It's cooking outside. We've been getting this week, man. We touched. I think we almost touched 110 this week. But
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
desert, so I don't complain
yeah,
about it. It is what it is,
yeah,
man. And
yeah,
you just move around in it. That's all.
yeah. I miss it, so I ain't tripping. I love
Yeah.
to be out there, motherfucker, feet feeling like some goddamn hot charcoal. I miss it, man.
yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah,
So look,
they gonna
let
have
me
you
tell you something.
feeling like that for sure. Yeah.
Before I even go into it, I always ask people: it's 2-1 Boston. Who winning the series, and how many games, and why?
Yeah, right now the way I'm seeing, I know Golden State got that DNA, but I just think with this team makeup, I think they overachieved a lot. If Clay can't get some consistent games and consistent quarters together, they ain't gonna do it. And if Draymond can't get away from trying to do all these antics and play some ball, man, I mean, I get it, you getting under their skin, but when you come out and you only putting up 4 points and and Steph out there playing his heart out, man. You gotta come better. And I think I don't know, man. If they right now it ain't looking good, man. I'm really like right now really leaning towards Boston taking this one, man. But I know that the Warriors are the Warriors, man. They can put it together, man. So
They can put
I
it
don't know, man.
together, man.
I'm just watching the trend so I can go to the sports book and then drop a bet or two. That's all I'm
Hey,
doing.
look, I like it too, man. I rock with Draymond hard, man. I was listening to his pod the other night. One thing about it, whether
Mhm.
he hit 40 or whether he have a triple single, he getting on that motherfucker like Pocket 96, bro. So you got to respect that energy. But
He's clearly setting up his next career, man. Everything he do, he got something to say. He goes straight to the podcast. You know, I get it, man. It is what it is. I mean, he's gonna go out there. He don't even want to shoot no more nowadays. He just want to pass, have a wide open three, trying to throw an alley oop and with three people under the rim, man. So I don't know, man. He got to figure it out, you know. Because some
yeah,
young
yeah,
boys coming for
yeah.
that spot, man. You know that.
They coming for the spot, and then like Grant Williams ain't scared of all that gooch shit, man. Hey, that invisible bully shit, man.
Nah,
So
nah. That's just evolution, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be who you are. Like you can be like let's go back in the day, right? You can be the bad
Yeah,
boys. You
yeah,
can
yeah,
be
yeah,
Lambert. You can be all that pushing cats
yeah,
around. But guess what, man? Them young cats that come up seeing that, that's what they gonna train and prepare for. So they already know what Draymond about. You've been on it too long. That's why he out there now grabbing folks and acting a fool and all this and that. And he's starting to
yeah,
become a liability, man, because honestly, he should have gotten a lot more text this series. You know what I mean?
yeah,
If we're
yeah,
just being
yeah,
real
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
he get fouled out. He's steady over there
yeah,
in the ref ear. They should have been teched him up, man. Kicked him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. I think he just. I think sometimes, man. I love the Midwest. I love the chip on your shoulder shit. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm with it. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Midwest nigga. I respect it, but I also
That's right. Two
understand that,
one
like,
nine all day. We know that.
right, 219. But
Yes, sir.
I mean, you can't go out here with 2, 4, 4, and then get on this motherfucker like, hey, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat. Like, just chill. I understand the
Yeah.
motivation, but we gotta have a little, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point,
Yeah.
like, if the numbers be looking like that, somebody gonna be like, man, you know, it's going your credibility comes as a hooper. Till you done hooping, give me your best hoop. Still have remorse for a bad performance. That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
You
For
know what I
sure.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you'd have
I mean,
came out that motherfucker scored
you
26,
gotta you gotta bounce it off, man. You know,
you
you
gotta
gotta have
bounce
a
it off.
short memory, but you gotta have a short memory, but you know how it is, man. You gotta,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So look, man, what you got going camera wise? I want to tell people like, how long have you been in the behind the camera, and what are some of the like? Because now you're currently doing the Raiders, right? Vegas Night. You're doing NFL and NHL. Is that correct?
yeah.
Vegas Knights and the Raiders.
Yeah, so basically, man, I'm just I've been in the video production industry for since 1998. Went to college for it. Um, was able to get out within a month of me graduating and working in news in Indianapolis market, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of started some things there, covering everything, getting my feet, get my feet down, and
Mm-hmm.
started got my own equipment, started doing my own little productions. I was doing weddings and little videos and commercials, whatever anybody needed. And when I got
Mm-hmm.
out here, I was able to uh, do a lot more on the entertainment side and the convention and just a whole nother area of video production that at the time I wasn't able to get into in Indianapolis because it wasn't as much. But out here,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot to do in Vegas. So currently now I'm like I'm doing a lot with I'm doing a lot with you know video with the Raiders, the Golden Knights, any other what's names that come through, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just all over the place. So I don't work directly for them. I'm not employed by them. I just work for companies that we do the productions for them, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's cool. So now, like, what else do you have going? Do you have anything like? Of course, we know, and I'm gonna get into depth what you do as far as your job, because that's brilliant in itself. But have you branched off anything like your personal endeavors? Like what any passions that you have combined with your skill set, your talent, anything you got going now? You working on?
right now we are working on a documentary for KCEP 88.1, the radio station here. Is kind of I want to say it's one of the oldest, the 50th anniversary, and it's like one of the first black stations here in Vegas. So I work
Mm-hmm.
with the general manager there of Craig Knight, and he's we're putting this together for October, which is when it
Mm-hmm.
is. So other than that, right now just really just doing that. I mean, I got me and the wife. We uh, she has a business. It's our business, but I say it's her business because it's something her passion. It's called Sophista Greek, and we sell apparel and make clothes and T-shirts and stuff like that. But right now we're doing a lot of the audience is towards we have a vendor's license for Delta, so our Deltas we sell a lot of Delta gear and stuff like that. But we can make and pretty much almost do anything, you know. So we've been doing that, and outside of that, you know, just got my equipment and doing what I do, you know.
Yeah, so all my Delta sisters, I know y'all listening. Y'all tap in with my boy. Y'all want that fly Delta gear. I know how y'all try to be looking good. Y'all be at the gym at 5:05 a.m. So I know y'all can pick up some of this gear and,
Yeah.
check my boy out, man. So tell me, when did you like? Let's talk about the beginning because we met probably maybe 20 years ago, 20 plus years, and you were already at Fox. So talk about that evolution. You came out of school. Was Fox your first indie gig, or did you start somewhere independently?
Uh, when I first graduated, man, I went back to Michigan City for about 2 weeks. I took a
Mm-hmm.
job down in Indianapolis, man, selling timeshare. You know, just because I
Mm-hmm.
knew I needed a job. Otherwise, you know, the parents weren't gonna be like, "All right, we're gonna help you move to Nap," and
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
got no
yeah,
job. You know what I mean? So that wasn't,
yeah, yeah,
So I like, hey, I got
yeah,
this job. So I went down there, man. Had my little bit of graduation money. I got an apartment like on the lady let me get the student deal. I was right there at 71st and
yeah.
Georgetown at Covered Bridge Apartments. Had me a
Mm.
little 2 bedroom apartment for like $400 some. And yeah, so you know, I ain't have a car. I was down there just chilling, man. But probably about I want to say about a month of me working that job, man, because it
Yeah,
was basically minimum wage and commission. So if you know
right.
anything about like, you know, the game is different to get people to come to the timeshare, especially like out here living in Vegas. You get a call from Hilton or whoever, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you
Yeah.
3 days, 2 nights for $100, but you just got to sit through this meeting." So you like, "All right, cool,
Yeah,
baby,
yeah,
let's go."
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But look,
yeah,
we got to
yeah,
go sit through this meeting. We're gonna tell them no. We're gonna get all this free stuff. We're gonna get this room for cheap, and we're going to
yeah,
Vegas. Well, out
yeah,
there, we in Indianapolis, you know, you in the mall, and you might say, "Hey, sign up for a chance to win this car." But you don't read the fine print, and your name gets to these people, so they call you and they say, "Hey, you just want a vacation, just swing
yeah.
by, Keystone to Crossing to pick it up." So you like, cool, all right, babe, we finna go to the movies, but before we go to the movies, let's go ahead and swing and grab this motherfucking cruise I want, right? So you go in there and you come in and they tell you guys sit through a 90 minute presentation in order to get it. So I was one of the dudes when they told you that. I was one of the dudes who would call you back. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, come on back. And they shitty because it's like they didn't come here for that. They didn't know they were coming here for that. So they got to sit through it. They mad. So it wasn't a lot of you. They were just playing the numbers game basically, just getting a lot of people in,
Yeah,
hoping you get it. So I didn't really get a lot
yeah,
of sales in there, man. But what was happening was I was getting a check every week for at that time minimum wage $4.25 an hour. So I was basically
mhm.
getting that. So I was basically not spending that just to pay the rent. Now remind you, my rent wasn't
Mm.
nothing but like $4.99. So you know I could not
Yeah,
even
but that's
spend nothing from that.
425. You need all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So after that, I pretty much started running through my thing. So my funds started getting low from my graduation money. So I was like, I gotta do something, man. I was spending money having to
Yeah,
get rides because I didn't have a car. I was going from 71st in Georgetown. If you don't know Indianapolis, that's the northwest side, and I had to catch a ride to Keystone at the Crossings. That's the northeast side, you know. So
yeah, yeah,
back in the day, if you
yeah.
catch a taxi, man, that's a nice little lick right there.
That's like 40
So
bones.
basically, I just took my resume down to all the TV stations, and I put them in, and then only one I heard from was Fox at the time, and then
Hmm.
I end up I end up getting that job. So I left the little sales spot, and then but it was only for part time though. It was only part time.
Yeah,
So at that time, Fox only had a 10 p.m. newscast. So I could work 5 days. I would have to come in at 7:30. I was done at 10:30. That's only 3 hours. So I would be working
yeah.
5 days a week only to get a 15-hour check. So during the day I was working at Kinko's. So
Mm.
I'm sitting here hooking up
The
double
hustle
sided
real,
paper.
man.
I'm
I respect that
delivering.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I ain't had no car. I had to get up
yeah,
like
yeah.
just this. this was my day. This was my day. And I was at the Kinko's down by Lafayette Mall on 56 in Georgetown, right? So it's just down the street. But I had to get up, either walk from 71st to 56, right? No.
Uh-huh.
What's the street? It's been a while since I've been
62nd.
back to that.
You got
No, the street
62nd,
where the
56.
mall is at.
Lafayette Road.
Lafayette Road. Yeah, that's where it was at. Georgetown and Lafayette Road. That's where the
So you
Kinko's
was
was,
walking
one
from
of those
Covered
shopping.
Bridge down to there?
Basically, yeah, that basically where the remember Claude's used to be at. Because that's where the shopping center
right
was
there,
at.
the Pike Plaza shit. Yeah, that shit all
Yeah,
in
I
Mexico
used to
now.
do
Go
that, but
ahead,
but I moved to Napa in the summer, so that didn't last long. I was like, nah, I catch the bus. So I used to get up, catch the bus down to down there.
Yeah.
Then I would catch the bus home, come in the crib, grab something to eat, change, go back to the bus stop, and catch the bus downtown. I had to sit on a circle for about 30 minutes to wait to get the bus that was coming back up Meridian. So, and then because the station was on like 16th and Meridian at that time. So I had to do all that and get there by 7:00. And then I would do the show. And then after the show, I knew a couple people that lived down in that area, so they would give me a ride to the crib. So I did that pretty much for a couple of months until it started getting cold. And I was on the bus stop like, this ain't happening no more. Went down and got a little buy here, pay here, and got me a little Cadillac real quick. You know what I'm saying? 89 sedan DeVille with the ashy trunk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's how it all started, man. And then like the next after that year, after the new year, and like going into spring of '99, we launched our morning show, and then that's when I had the opportunity to get on full time as a morning show editor. So that's where it all kind of just snowballed from there, you know.
Hey, you know what's crazy is, first off, back then the Indianapolis bus system was fucking retarded. If you wanted to go if you wanted to go from 71st to Michigan to 62nd to Michigan, you had to go to fucking downtown, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Make cross streets in
Transfer,
northwest, southwest. Yeah, like come on, man. Like make it like come on, man. Gary fucking got 88,000 people, bro. 38,000 people, and our shit still runs smarter than that. Like cross streets. Second of all, bro, like that grind shows me that you believe in what you believe in. You know what I mean? Like when I came home from the joint, like my dad gave me a Mitsubishi Galant, nigga, and he tried to give me like, I think one of his female friends had a Mitsubishi, and she gave it to me, and he tried to give me like 2,500. I'm like, I don't want your money. And I remember catching the bus down to the parole office and shit, and I was like, it's fun on here, but I got to get off this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too hard, bro. They got to take you here, take you there. Yeah. But it humbled me, and it allowed me to meet people that was going through the same shit I was. You know what I mean? So, like, that grind, I think that's what brought us together. And I wanted to tell you, like, one of the first times I remember seeing you, of course, we met through Rio. Shout out Rio. You know what I mean? I got Rio.
Big homie right there. It's big brother.
Big homie Rio all the time. One of the realest niggas I ever met. Embrace me. But we met through Rio. But you was like, yeah, I do some news shit. So we chopping it up. And I'm like, man, this nigga smart. Because I always want to be cool with niggas I feel like as smarter than me. Because I'm like, all right, we from the same planet. What's happening? You know what I mean? So I seen you one day. I don't know if you remember. You was on Fox News and you had the Vic jersey on. And I don't know if you was teaching niggas how to cook something or something. And I was like, yo, that's my nigga. You know what I mean? It was just like that rush of pride, and we just developed it. And then you was like, yo, I'm going to Vegas. And I was just like, I felt the rush of energy and the rush of pride because I was happy for you, because I knew you was, when you take big steps and it's somebody that you believe in, you know they're going to make it. It's just a matter of when. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I always believed, I knew you was going to make it. And then when I got out there, I was just like, man, you always pulled up where you landing. Hey, nigga, I can't see you, but hey, go get you a burger. from down there on Harmon. It was just always
Yeah,
that big
for sure.
brotherhood, and just so to see you making them moves, it's good to let people know, like, because there's gonna be a little nigga on the bus right now hearing that with a dream that's going. This might get that nigga that extra step to not do nothing stupid. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
they all
mm.
have to
And
know, like, go ahead, fam.
no, I was just saying, yeah, um, it's we grew up in the area back then. Both of us, kind of, we, in the same area that we kind of grew up in. We knew what the generation and the generation before that, our parents and grandparents came to that area for, and that was just better. Like
Right.
my family, my mom's side originally came from left Georgia. My dad's
Mm-hmm.
side came from Mississippi, and they all
Mm-hmm.
came for that opportunity. You know what I mean? It was the
Mm-hmm.
mass exodus. You know what I'm saying? The migrate, whatever you want to label it as. But when blacks
Yeah.
was really leaving the South and going all over America, when they came into our area, they were trying to do the steel mill. Well, you know what the steel
Yeah.
mill was back then. It was cats grinding. I mean, cats working swing
Yeah.
shifts. You hardly saw
Yeah.
them cats I grew up with, my
Yeah.
uncles who worked for the
Yeah.
steel mill. We barely saw them. You know what I mean? They was
Yeah.
working, but
Yeah.
they was getting
Yeah.
money, and it was what it was.
Yeah.
So and my dad is a retired teacher and coach now. So
Okay.
just
Proud of you,
seeing the
Z.
steps, even and a big part of me and my mentality of what I do is sports. You know what I mean? The sports culture and what you have to go through. Like I never walked, even though I felt like I could do a lot when I walked into the high school. I knew I had to put in my work before I was starting varsity. You know what I mean? Before I
Mm-hmm.
could make varsity, before I could do any of that, before if I want to be the dude in the paper, if I want to be the dude who was known all over Northwest Indiana or Indiana period, I knew it wasn't gonna be until maybe my junior year of high school. So the times that that's coming up there, what are you doing to get to that point? So for me, I always believed in my dad. We always worked hard, and I just believe in you mentally prepare yourself, you work hard,
Mm-hmm.
you stay positive, and then when you get the chance, and that's going to give, and then at that point you're just waiting for the opportunity. Then when you get the opportunity, and if you're good at what you do, now you just got to stay consistent in time, and then other things will happen because you're going to always constantly be learning. I mean, right now I'm in this tech field, video production. It's going to be a new camera next week. It's going to be a new computer. It's going to be new something. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
things that I have to continue my education because our kids are growing up with that. My grandson right now can pick up an iPad and just go. He can change
Yeah.
stuff in YouTube and all that. He's only 3. So here we
Yeah.
got people that are 50, 60 who don't even want to touch a computer. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
just that was always the drive. And then I mean, let's just be real. I mean, you grew up in Gary. I was right down the street, Michigan City. I got strong ties. I was born in South Bend, Indiana, but I
Yeah.
was, raised in Michigan City. So I got ties all the way across, all the way into Chicago. And just how
Yeah.
we lived at that. We knew it was grinding. It was never really a lot of times, like a lot of the homies I grew up with, it was never about smarts. It was just really about what you wanted to do. Was you gonna go
Yeah.
hustle?
Yeah.
Was you gonna be an educated dude? Was you gonna be a cat who's trying to get into meals at 18? Or was you gonna
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What was you gonna do? So you had
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
find out really where you had to find out really where you wanted to be. And mine was because of my dad, because, he knew everybody in the community. I got a big family. So if I was somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be, by the time I get home, I got my parents already
Somebody
know.
was on your ass. Somebody was on your ass.
Oh yeah, my uncles, my
Motherfucker on your
uncles then
ass.
be
Yeah.
pulling up. What you doing here? My cousins would be like, "Yo, Reg, why are you here?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Somebody was
you
on your
know,
ass.
yeah, yeah, for
Most
sure.
definitely.
So
But
so
we lost that
from
sense of
that,
community, though.
huh? What's that? Uh,
I
I
was
you
just gonna
know
sign me and
I
cut you
don't.
off. We lost that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we lost that. I just say
Mm-hmm.
it's most just like where we at now though, because I mean you're also when they all moved up there and they're working them jobs, they really pushed in us to go out and spread our wings. So I
That's true.
mean,
Great point.
you know what I'm saying. So when I go back
Great point.
home, I can still feel that. But even when I was in Nap, I had that because the neighborhood I was in, we did know each other, and our kids knew each other. I mean, yeah, you was around the corner, family on the next
Yeah,
block.
yeah, yeah,
When I moved out
yeah,
here,
yeah.
it was just us. So as you it was we came in a time like people came and they came together. And then you think about also a time when, blacks couldn't live everywhere. So it didn't no
Right.
matter what you did. It didn't matter your economic status or what you did, you were here. You were on this side of town. Now we can spread out. So it's up to us to bring that back. But sometimes it just be us. We don't really want to deal with it. I don't even care if I don't know my neighbor. I stay over there. You know what I mean? I ain't, whatever, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really need to know you like that, homie. Go
That
on over
ass
there. You
though.
know what I'm saying?
Hey man, how do
I
your
mean, but
business, my nigga? I'm good.
yeah. So it's some things like it's the things I listen to that people are constantly talk about. Like I hear, like I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
my aunt used to come down on my niece on my cousins, the young ones, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
all they do is sit on their phone. All they want to do is play on that phone, play on that iPad. I'm like, you the one bought it
Yeah.
for him. You
Right,
bought it
right.
for him for Christmas. He was only 6. You didn't need a phone. You want to get it because you couldn't think of nothing else to get. Then you criticize about it. So these are the things
Hey,
like
hey,
this
you
stuff
got
has
niggas
been
on
broken down
iPads and
and
they ain't potty. Hey, listen, fam. Hey, I ain't really cut.
man,
You
straight
got.
up
I
for
be
real
seeing niggas on
in the
iPads and they
pamper.
ain't potty trained. I'm like, yo, this nigga
Right.
here, this nigga's on YouTube looking up how to build
Yeah.
motherfucking 10 speeds. This nigga shit to this
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah.
Your
You know what I'm
priorities messed
saying?
up, man.
A cat run around with his pampers and then can program a whole app. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's
nigga
what we
write code,
created.
man.
We
It
got to
can't tell
bring
you he
that
got to
back.
pee. Hey,
Yeah,
nigga
for
writing
sure. Yeah,
whole
for straight up.
codes and shit for a
Yeah,
program. Can't tell you he got to pee. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yo, straight
hey,
up,
just talk to
straight
that
up.
nigga. Hey, you know what? Hey, that
Yeah,
brought me back to a point because bras be getting mad. Anytime I'm cool with a bra, even when I was single or whatever, if I see a little chick in a store with her son or a daughter or child, period, and she just be on the phone talking about nothing. Yeah, bitch, I tell you. I'm like, yo, this nigga reaching for shit, trying to know what zucchini is and shit. Bitch, like, talk to this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, get off the phone for 15 minutes, man. He gonna be asleep by 7. You know what I mean? Get his little
yeah,
ass some melatonin. But while you out in public, get off your motherfucking cricket and talk to this little boy, and so he can learn the
cricket.
world. You know what I mean? And that's what helped me with
Yeah,
my mom, because she would always be like, okay, nigga, that's squash, that's beats, that's some shit we don't. So I learned. I didn't have to ask questions. She knew I was gonna be asking shit, and when I answered, she was available to answer. I think now we look at our kids as self-programming, and it's fucking a lot of them up. You know what I mean? Pops was hands on, nigga, and I might have seen that nigga 3 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But
they knew what you was
we
thinking.
also are looking at, we also are also talking about some people who maybe didn't have that. You know what I mean? They had to be
Yeah, that's true.
self-programming. I mean, let's just be real. We grew up with a lot of cats that had to raise themselves, and help
True.
raise their siblings. So
True.
that sometimes we think that drive of what we did in the situations we grew up in, and now that we're out in the different environments, and then we think that same thing should just naturally happen. That didn't naturally
Mm.
happen. My homeboy had to help raise his nieces and nephew because his older brothers was going through something. Older brothers and sisters was going through something, and he had to help his mama raise her grandchildren. Because he
Yeah,
was the
yeah, yeah,
youngest.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's out there in the streets. They move and they group they hustle because they need to bring some money to the crib because it wasn't nothing there. They make sure things was right. So it's like okay, even yourself, it's you're very transparent about what you've been through and how you lived your life and what you've been through being locked up and everything. How in the world can you right now try to emulate what you went through in GI to your kids and let them understand why your mentality is the way it is? You know what I mean? It's like they hopefully they can look at it and respect it, but how can you emulate the things that we walk through every day? You know what I mean? How can I emulate to my kids that okay, I walk to school every day and here's what I walk through and after school it was even more hostile in certain spots when I walked home. But this is just what we did when they just got to get up and go on the bus because guess what? We in a nice neighborhood that don't even got sidewalks for them to walk to school. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well,
kind of hard to emulate all that.
I think for me, I think that's a great point, man. And when you said it, I thought like, damn, a lot of dudes I may criticize. You know, my parents were sharp in the mud, man. You know what I mean? My dad was sharp, my mom was sharp. They even if we was poor, they was dressing like you ain't know we was poor. Our lights could be off, and my mama was still gonna be the flyest woman at church. You know what I mean? Just we had something about our shit like, and so my mom was a seamstress. She used to back in the day when all the ladies used to have the plastic shit on the couch. You remember? And so she used to make plastic slip covers. She would make prom dresses for like people as far as Chicago, Detroit, wherever. She was one of the best seamstresses in the Midwest. And so when she would meet people and they want work, she used to always tell me like it's best to own your own. It's best to own your own. Even if I'm making a little, it's all mine. It's all mine. So when she remembered a number, when somebody gave her a number, I had to remember the number. So it made me sharper and it helped my mind. And the same with my dad. Even though we didn't live together, I saw him work at US Production 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. You know what I mean? And just still do other shit, his number shit, his boys, and he kicked it. But he was a man. He showed me like discipline and routine and responsibility. So even with all the wild shit I got into, I had a base. You know, I still always had, you know, the older people in my neighborhood got respect in my community. We was the last generation, you know, even though that poison was coming in on the back end, we still had, hey, Miss Jenkins, you need me to help you take these groceries in. Hey, man, y'all shovel her snow, nigga, I'll pay y'all niggas, y'all, you know what I mean? So, like, even though I was out here damn near the Antichrist for a couple of stretches for a few years when I was younger, I still was always damn near like, hey,
Yeah,
Miss
for
Cochran,
sure.
hey, I'm gonna make sure your snow gets shoveled. You can't break in nobody's house on the block. So it was still the values.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The
yeah,
temptations was there,
yeah, for
but
sure.
we held the values. That allowed me, if I meet moms and pops, of course I'm, hey, Miss, how you doing, Miss Edwards? How you? And it's genuine. We had that. Now, like you couldn't pay me to curse in front of an 80-year-old woman when I was 16, bro. And I felt like I
Yeah,
was the
for sure.
baddest nigga alive because it was just I knew how my mama would look at it. You know what I mean? So now we gotta get back to these motherfucking values, man, because you're gonna go through your periods of frustration and dysfunction as a black man because it's above us. But we gotta get back to simple respect. You know what I mean? And that's what allows me, even when I had trouble, all my friends and my friendships are kind of based off intelligence. Because I still had a respect to meet people. Because deep down, I want to be a smart nigga. I'm a smart nigga. Like all the other shit I done, I don't brag about it. I don't talk tough. So we got to teach young men that, hey man, it's cool to want to be the smartest dude in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to say, damn, you know what? Let me be a sports agent. Let me be a kinesiologist, or let me learn about massage. Let me learn about technology. We got to open our young boys' minds up to other things besides like rap and sports. You know what I mean? Because it's going bad. You know what I mean? We got to get back to the core of what we're doing. So I want a lot of young guys to know that, like, when I talk to you, point blank, just on some player shit, this is one of the coolest dudes I know. So I don't want y'all to hear all this camera stuff. I don't want y'all to hear the grind and not think we don't talk a lot of player shit off camera. And you can be that guy, have a great job, take care of your family, and still be the coolest nigga in the room. And that's how I feel about you. And that's the message I want to convey to young black men. It don't always got to be NBA young boy or LeBron. There's other avenues out here to still be a fly nigga. And that's my emphasis.
And and I appreciate the kind words. Ever since me and you've been rocking, regardless of what people feel about you or feel about me, we always been 100 since whatever. Ever since
Day
you
what?
talking crazy and Claude Nanny's back in the days. is wilding out here, ready to ready to rap against everybody in the club. I'm like, man, get out of here, man.
Was
But
you in there that night I rap? Was you in there?
nah, one night we was in there. You was like everybody was chilling. You was in there by yourself. You had that little look in your face. You know what I'm saying? Took a little shot. He's like, I got $1,000. Anybody in here want to rap against me? I'm the coldest nigga in that, motherfucker. Took the shot, slammed the shit down on the bar, ran, and then like got your ass.
Oh
I seen niggas on the
my
phone like, hey, I
god.
got a nigga over here talking about rapping, dog. But they was ready to send some hyenas for your ass, boy. That your ass bounce up. I said, man, this cat is crazy,
Hey,
man.
I slid right up
But
out
nah,
there
you
too.
know, back.
Hey.
But nah,
Oh my
just
god.
back to back to the thing, man. It's like cats always, and I agree with everything you're saying, man. But the reality of it is, man, what what's really happened a lot of times, man, is that we kind of get everything that comes around. Like it's like, all right, right now we in an era where it's access for everything. If you want to be a rapper when we was growing up, it was kind of I ain't gonna say it was
It was
hard, but
hard. It was hard.
you had
Yeah.
to it was hard to get the equipment to even to do that. It was always cats on the block
That's true.
rapping. It was always cats doing that. We had makeshift. We had the cassette down there, hit the record and throw some stuff in there and get some little makeshift microphone to try to get on a mixtape or something like that. But now look at the accessibility to the technology. So being a rapper, grabbing your phone, a laptop, and doing good quality work and getting it out there on YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever, you can do that and be out there. And the dream is real because now it's more accessible. Because now I can actually just email my music and hope it gets heard by a Def Jam executive or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
Or
true.
now from the cats when we was coming up who really pushed the independent way. Now we can get money off streams and all these different ways to make money. So it's even though we all may have wanted to dream it, it's a little bit more of a reality now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and in basketball and sports, I think everybody wants to be, and it's okay to want to be a LeBron because guess what? You're not gonna be. You're not. It's just the reality of it is you can be you. You're not gonna be LeBron. I ain't saying you can't be a
You can't
basketball
be
player,
great.
this
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Jordan growing up. That was my man's. You know what I mean? We
That
right
was
there
your
by
drive. Yeah.
Chicago. I was every night I used to come home and from practice or whatever. I mean, this is an elementary. When it got dark, you had to be in the crib. I come in the crib, man, go
Yeah.
upstairs,
Yeah.
take me
Six
a
o'clock,
shower. I'm
nigga.
in
Yeah.
third, fourth grade. Boom, I'm right there
Yeah.
watching WGN, watching my guy play. And that was before they left now they got the ticker on the bottom. But remember, they only
Yeah.
used to put the score up and then they take it down. Then they flash it up. So in my brain, I'm calculating each point. Like, oh, they up 8, they down 6. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah. That's
but
smart.
so I would go, and then we would go to the parks and hoop. And of course, my dad being a coach, I would get to go up there at the high schools. I knew all the varsity coaches, so I would be out there being a ball boy for all the basketball teams and everything like that. So, my dream at that time, I just wanted to be a college athlete. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know, and that's where I wanted to be. But the reality of it was where we were from, how many motherfucking D1 cats was on the streets, how many people left and came back home, how many people got hurt, how many people flunked out of school, how many people went to
Hey.
jail, died. You feel what I'm saying? So you knew that getting out, you had to be something special. You know what I mean? Now Gary was different. I mean, Gary is a lot bigger city, and
Yeah.
y'all had some go getter. When I was coming up, of course, Big Dog, Glenn Robinson was the man, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we
Yeah. Yeah.
had,
Shout out, Big Dog.
we
Yeah.
had, yeah, we had a couple of Mr. Basketballs in the city when I was coming through.
Charles Macon,
Charles
nigga.
Make, yeah, Big Make, yeah, Big Kill. So we seen that and
Shout
we
out, Big
sent some
Kill.
people to colleges, but it was a lot of people when I went to the park. When I went to the park, it was some cats that was giving Kill the business in his early years. But all these
Yeah.
cats were, they pull up, in a nice car, drinking a beer. They on the block.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me to see at that time and say I want to be Mike, Mike was just my best player, but the reality of it is, for a lot of people, it's just like, I want to be this ball player. And for us at that time, that was just really a way to get out. You know what I mean? Because there was
Get
a lot
out,
of
yeah,
people that end up getting stuck where we from, and they couldn't get out. So if I knew if I could play sports, that's gonna get me out of the city, but it's also gonna let me follow something I love doing. But then it
yeah,
made me
yeah,
think
yeah,
of, okay, well, what's next? Because there's a lot of people who don't make it. Then you get to college, and now you playing on a team with everybody who was good on their teams around these states and whatever. And it's like
yeah,
only a
yeah,
portion of them is going to go pro if they're going to
yeah,
go pro. So you on a football team, I'm on a football team of 50, 60 people. Maybe 5 people went on to play, in the
yeah,
CFL, whatever. I played Division II ball, so nobody was at the combine. So you have to think about
yeah,
that. So
yeah.
when we say all that, it's like, yeah, if a kid is, that's all they want to be, and if they really want to do that, then have them put their energy into it, and hopefully they can get the resources and the connection that they do, that they can really give it a good shot. But you got to know that to be on these levels, there's a lot of people trying to do it, and it's a very small window that you make it. You know what I mean? So
Well, and I agree with you totally. Like, I'm big on aspirations. Like, I think that's why I'm good with the coaching because I can teach any kid. I can identify the kid, single mom. You might be dealing with some domestic shit at home. You seen some fighting, some ugly shit. I relate to them, and I want you to chase that dream to maximize your abilities. But I also want to know, okay, well, if that dream don't work, but I get to college for 4 years, what have I maximized? You see what I'm saying? If you chasing the dream and want to be LeBron, right? And you say, okay, I want to be LeBron, and it gets you even God bless the D2 or anywhere where your shit paid for, then I want you to have a plan strategically, like, excuse me, I'm still chasing the NBA, but what am I gonna do if I don't make it? What's my degree gonna be in? I don't want to just be in college for fucking basket weaving or drawing like cats and shit. Like, what's my degree gonna be in? Is it applicable? Of course, like my child, he wants to go to league, but we also know that this degree is gonna be in finance and accounting, minor in accounting, because if the league don't, it's only fucking 15 spots on every team. I don't care how
right.
great you think. Niggas be like, the league is possible, but it's also impossible. So have you a plan where you can be a financially successful person, at least relevant, and you are still LeBron in some kind of way, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because you've changed, you've put your son and your family, your future in a better position than it would have been if you wouldn't have had that dream. So I inspire kids to dream. I just want you to know, bro, like, if you don't reach that top dream, that dream right up under is still really good. You know what I mean? It's still
Yeah.
really, really good. You know what I
Just
mean? You don't
always
have to
have a
come out here and
backup
start.
plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My
Don't
people's
come out here and
always
put a
told
bad,
me,
bad rap album out, nigga, because you ain't go to the league.
yeah, my people's always said, have that. Hey, here's your plan A. If they don't work, hey, go to B, then go to C, then go to
Yeah.
D. So you
So
out,
see, keep going.
and that's just the
That's what we
reality of
do.
life too, though.
Yeah.
You always calculate. You can say, oh, I want to be an accountant, and you become an accountant, and in 5 years, you want to change up. That's why you be watching the Food Channel, and a motherfucker got a food truck and is owned by 2 former lawyers and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the law shit was cool, but then we want to make tacos now. You know what I mean? So you always got to have that backup plan, but you always have to be willing to continue educating yourself for what you want to do, because it's gonna take time, man. It's very few
It's gonna
times you
take time.
walk into
Everything gonna
something.
take time.
Yeah, you walk. It's very few that you walk into something, man, and then it's like, boom, you're successful. So, I
So let
just
me ask you a
always say,
question, fam.
man. Yeah, go ahead.
What's more important, in your opinion, intelligence or personality? Would you rather bet on maybe dude that don't have the book smarts that can work a room, or dude that have all the book smarts and can't work a room? Which one's more important?
Well, it depends. I mean, what do you need a scientist to work the room? You don't. You know what I mean? They got to come in, grab some lab dishes, and do personality. All right. Okay, you do the personality, and then you look good. You work in the room, and then you get somebody like me who gonna ask questions, and you can't ask my questions. Now you have no credibility with me. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
all
yeah.
go to it depends on what you do. It's you don't have to have one over the other, man. Everything is you see some people, the dude come in and so the perfect example, man. I work in video production,
Right.
which is when you go to college is the communications major, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
communications is funny because you walk into this class and let's just say we're it's something in our curriculum we got to take, and you see a dude who's ultra smart, straight A's, all the books, and he wants to know what model this microphone is and what kind of camera is that. Oh, that chip, this can be replaced by this and that, this and that. He could take that boy apart and do it. Ain't gonna really say too much real smart. Then you'll get some dude who just taking this class just so they can stay eligible to play sports.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a
Smooth ass
hands-on
nigga
type
ain't
of
paying no attention. Yeah.
it's a hands-on type of career, so they can get by because guess what, yeah, you still gotta read some books and take tests, but we're also doing productions and stuff like that, so it's more engaging, and then you have everybody in
Yeah,
between. So what I've been able to see is people from all walks of life in the major that I do. And even when I go, I see the
yeah,
dudes from the stoners to the hippies to the to the homeboys to everything in this one field. So I'll never say you need to be like this. It's just about what you want to do and how you want to do it. If
yeah, yeah,
you can't be that dude who don't want to who likes to be shy and to himself if you're gonna pick some type of career where you need to be outspoken. You know what I mean? You
right,
can't go
right,
into
right, right,
sales and
right,
don't want to talk to people. If you don't like
right,
talking on the phone, then okay, then this ain't may not be for you. You know what I mean? So
right, 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 right.
it's
You might need to
so
drive
it's
a
all
forklift
over
or
the
a
place.
pickup truck or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you do
yeah.
what works for you, man. You figure out what works for you, and then you understand what works for what you want to do, and then you have to be able to come out of that shell or tone it down for what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be
So I
versatile.
got
You can't
another
just
question
walk in.
for you.
Yeah.
So say I'm from that, right? My money's straight. I'm gonna be straight. What's three things I need to know if I want to move to Vegas?
Um. You well. So you say if your money right? What did you
Yeah,
say
I'm
that? Repeat it
straight. I
again.
mean, I'm straight. I ain't rich, but I got a job comparable, same pay scale. So I'm moving in the
I
same
got
type
you.
of career. But like just about that town, what do I need to know moving out there? Because a lot of people get out there and get their draws handed to them. So I want to,
Well,
the bright
well,
eyed
well,
people
number
that don't know the city.
well, number one, you come out here. I mean, you just gotta. It's Vegas, so it's a very eclectic, versatile, what I'm saying, city, what I'm saying, diverse because it's a lot of people who move here. Sometimes you'll meet more people that's not from here than you will that is from here. But
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, you come out here, man. I mean, just depend on you. I I moved out here kind of in my late 30s, so with my family. So I really wasn't trying to run the streets and party and all that. I was more like getting settled, making sure my kids' transition was good. My wife's job transferred out here, making sure she was straight. And then once all that, then I went and looked for. Then I went and got back to work. So
Yeah,
if it depends on what phase you is, that's how people come out here and really get it handed to them. Because if you love to gamble, it's here. I mean, now you can sports bet more around America, but a lot of people want to come sports bet. But there's casinos
yeah,
everywhere. You go in a gas station, it's slot machines. Going to grocery store, slot machines. So, you know,
yeah,
but pretty much you come out here, and I would say one of the best pieces of advice I have from a homeboy that had lived out west when I came. He said when you come to a city and you can offer that city something, the city gonna offer it to you too. So if you just come out here thinking that it's Vegas and it's gonna take care of me, that ain't gonna happen. It's a whole lot of homeless
yeah,
cats, a whole lot of people that went home broke or whatever, or couldn't find jobs. But if you come out here with something behind you and whatever, then you'll be all right. I mean, everybody think it's a strip, but the strip ain't nothing but a few miles long. Outside of that, this city is growing crazy, man. The economy is picking back up. It's a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if that was three things, but the city and it's hot.
that was
You got to
crazy.
be
That's
ready
crazy.
for some heat. Got to get ready for this heat. But other than other than that, man, Vegas is really pretty smooth, man. I mean, it's got its stuff like everybody, like any other city that's growing, but for the most part, man, it's pretty chill out here, man.
But you know when I fell in love with Vegas, when I used to be able to like come and the best time I had in Vegas was the first time I didn't go to the strip. We went to like
Yeah.
Henderson, bars, and that's probably like my fourth trip. And I was like, oh shit, like as a city, it's
Yeah.
cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know where to eat, you know how to move. So I started coming out. I might stay on the strip and don't go to shit on the strip, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be somewhere in North
Yeah.
Vegas getting a haircut, nigga eating a vegan hot dog, just chilling. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
love the, like you said, the eclecticness and the ability to get like, what I love about Vegas is I'm a conversationalist. I feel like that's my best gift from God. Like, I feel like I'm smart. I feel like sometimes structure fucks with me, like fourth, fifth grade or something. But like, I feel like I'm a conversationalist, and I
Hmm.
think that Vegas is outside of New York. It's no better place to get a conversation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You
It's
can go
no
to the
better
same.
place to talk to somebody
Yeah.
and get an
You can
idea.
go to the same. You can go to the same spot every week, and if it's just around the strip or Fremont, and you're gonna get a new crowd every week. So you
Every
could just
week.
go down there, just sit down, have a drink, chop it up with some people, and then come there the next week, and you're gonna get a whole new people that's from another side of the country or the world or whatever. So I like that a lot, man. And you know, we kick it like the locals, if you will. We go to the strip, but just because of tourist prices and whatever. So what we'll do, like we'll go down there if we're going to go see a certain show or we're going to see a certain restaurant or some people in town or whatever. But for the most part, it's casinos and everything all over the city. So it's entertainment, it's good eating, it's everything around here, man. So Vegas is all right with me, man. It get hot, but I could deal with that. No humidity. I'm chilling, man. Straight up.
And I'm chilling. Once I drove myself to Lake Nevada, I was like, damn, I'm damn near Nevadian, nigga. Like, I'm out here chilling. You know what I
You
mean? Like,
Nevadian.
to me,
Yeah.
hey, to me, I just love the fact that I think it's one of the best cities if you from out of town and you determined you can have a chance. Now you can't
Yeah,
don't
it's
come from out
yeah.
of town and be like, these niggas know me. Bro, you gonna fuck around, be at that roulette table, scratching your head like this, trying to figure out who you can call. So you better
Yeah.
come down here with a plan and learn how to
Yeah.
enjoy it. But for somebody with my personality, I love the fact that I can wake up at 2 in the morning, go out, smoke me a J, eat a cheeseburger, and mind my business. I
Yeah, it
love
is.
that autonomy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's never not a wrong time to do something. You fucking wake up 2:30 in the morning in Indianapolis, you want some crab legs, they gonna want to fucking put you in a fucking insane asylum. Like, what's wrong with you, nigga?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
love the fact that Vegas
Yeah.
is open to the spontaneity of like creative people. You know what I mean? And I love the fact
Oh
that
yeah.
it's like it's almost like Grand Central Station if you really know how to play it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's always somebody coming and going. You know what I mean? Everybody coming has big dreams. You know what I mean? Now, everybody going might have fucked them dreams off, but everybody coming has big dreams. And when you made it out there, I was like, every time dog go, you know, I'm gonna call him. And over that time, and like people don't know, like me, I was trying to get my son out there since ninth grade. You like,
Yeah. You've been trying to
nigga, homie,
get.
we gonna take it.
Yeah.
We gonna take a rain check on this one, nigga. Let's send this nigga to Danville or something.
Yeah.
we, we
Yeah.
not yet, not yet.
Yeah.
So just that, like, and I look at it as me when I'm able to be cool enough with somebody, and they can go somewhere. You got a family, you got kids. I know how important that friendship is, so I don't fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it would be the same way with me. I got kids or whatever. So if I was embracing somebody, I would want them to appreciate it. And that's why I always appreciate it, because I don't even think I was married now. I was out here fucking thundercatting it. And you'd always be like, hey, nigga, call me.
Yeah, for
Call me.
sure.
Even on the Tupac shit, niggas don't know. You know, you edited other shit for me. I was in the music. And you just always would be like, you know,
Trust
just
me.
that strong 87-year-old Christian hand on your back. You know what I mean? Just let me guide you to the Lord, son. You know what I mean? And shit, I just I, I,
Man,
I appreciate
it's just yeah, it's all love, man. Man, I got like I said, man, when we
it.
came up, what we, just being right next to Chicago, and even, then how things was popping in Gary, then how MC was moving on a much smaller scale because the size of our city, and then me spending a lot of time in South Bend with my peoples over there, just seeing a lot, man, and it was like I knew early on that I couldn't move like a lot of cats move like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have never had a problem with being nowhere. I was always on the block somewhere, you know what I mean? But I wasn't doing nothing.
Always.
I was just on the
Yeah.
side. I was just a homie, you know what I'm saying, over there chilling. But yeah, I knew what was going. I knew what this block was known for, and with this and that. So this and that. When I we'll go over to South Bend, we was right there in the hood. So and my peoples was doing their thing over there. So I'll be over there just chilling. Everybody knew who I was with, and they knew me, and I'll be chilling. And then when I start playing sports, I come over there and people will recognize me because there was in our conference was all South Bend team. So I move over there, and then sometimes we would ride over to Gary and kick it on Broadway, man. Just hang out, you know what I mean? Go get some fish and shrimp, you know what I'm saying? So holler at the lady. We just chilling on our car, just hanging out, just doing that. Going over remember the old club In Effects, remember that shit?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's in Tri City. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to a lot of cats from the
Yeah.
city. We used to hit over there because
Yeah.
they had like
Yeah.
I remember cats used to come to school still dressed from In Effects on a Sunday night, dog. Come to school Monday, man. We was in
That's
effect
when them
last
two
night.
one that's when them 2-1 bras used to be wearing them updos. You could shoot a bow and arrow through that motherfucker like spew. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, yeah,
Take a
I
picture
love
by
that
the
shit.
by the airbrush wall. You take that picture, you be like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
but
yeah,
what I'm saying,
man.
we was on the block, man. But here's the thing, like I knew what cats was on, and I knew the dudes that was really about that. And if push come to shove, I knew I would have to be like that, but I didn't. That was never me. So I was never trying to be that. I was always trying to identify myself as an athlete. My dad's a coach. My mom, she worked hard. We are my family, So I always try to move in that space and just bring something different to the table, man. Like my crew, we was a we was an eclectic bunch of homies. You know what I mean? Like you had cats who had money. You had cats who was on welfare. You had everything in between. We
Yeah,
was
yeah,
all
yeah.
different, but with nobody, we would joke on each other, but we would. But the good thing, we knew that everybody was down for each other. So we was all we never tried to make you feel bad for being you. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah,
made a
yeah,
great
yeah,
lane
yeah,
for
yeah,
me because when I came
yeah.
and if they was on some ill shit, they'd be like, "Yo, Reg, man, this is what we about to do. You
Mm-hmm.
want us to drop you off, or you want to?" I'd be
Get
like,
your ass
"Man, just
on,
drop
man.
me
Yeah,
off."
yeah, yeah.
I drop me
Drop me
off
off.
and I come call up, whoever I was dating at the time or whatever, and I go do that while they over there
Yeah,
in some
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So I was
yeah,
like, nah.
yeah.
So they gave me the opportunity, like, all right, it don't matter who I'm with or whatever. I'm just gonna be me because at the end of the day, you could talk about me, but guess who's gonna be the first one to page me tomorrow? My homie. You know what I mean? The one we was on with
Right,
last night.
right,
So,
right. Yeah, yeah.
so that's just how I kind of moved around, man.
And
You
like to
know?
me, that's feel good to me because like me, I'm the type of nigga, right? I used to always get in trouble and be like, God damn it, why you do that? You know what I mean? I wanted all my
Mm-hmm.
friends, even all my friends, I like smart niggas, bro. Like because niggas don't know, like I'm second place, nigga, Lake County spelling bee. You know what I'm saying? I'm a smart nigga. Deep down, I can't help it. I got in trouble. Like, I like people who introspectively gonna tell me like that's not a good thought. You know what I mean? Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if your friends not holding you accountable, are they really your friends? You know what I'm saying? So I've always
Yeah.
kept people around me to where they say, you know what, John, you so smart. Maybe you should write a book, man. You know what I mean? You don't have to put this. Hey, I know you heard your mom died or something while you was in jail. Maybe you should rap. You know what I mean? Maybe you should do it. So I've always had smart people to help me overcome what I was going through, and it allowed me to become the man I became. You know what I mean? So I always tell my son, like, being a father, I was able to learn that. Like, shout out to you and Rio. Like, I was fresh out the joint. I was seeing y'all dudes be fathers. You know what I mean? And not, you can learn from my own father, but y'all was my age already actively being fathers. So that accelerated my understanding of what I had to be in a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that bond was always there. You know what I mean? Like me and Mario got a child, son. J Boy and JJ still friends to this day, born the same time, damn near. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So being able
Yeah,
to
they all still
learn,
kick it.
I'll still kick it. So like me, even though I was wild, I was that guy. I never took pride in like getting in trouble or having a bad temper beat. I took pride in getting information nobody had, being able to help people nobody could help. So like getting in trouble was a curse. That's why I never brag about it. I think like all my friends are more. I like guys who cool enough to fuck around and kick it, but smart enough to know like, nah, John, man, it's a long road, man. Fuck what that nigga talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah,
easy
for
for the
sure.
thug nigga to be like, oh, fuck that nigga, man. Go over there and bust him over the head. Nah, bro, you ain't. Nah, man. I need prosperous thoughts around me, and that's how you win. Like, if your friends ain't check you, are they really your friends? You know what I'm saying? So, let me ask you something. Christmas time, what's the weather like in Vegas? You about 80, 85, right?
No, it's
70.
lower than that. Yeah, we maybe high in the 60s, maybe upper 60s, and it can drop low. It can drop low to about 30 at night. So
30.
yeah, we
Ooh.
get we get
But
we
you ain't
get a
broke out
snow
no fat
flurry.
goose, no
No,
8-ball
no,
jackets,
you
no shit
can
like that.
you can get by you can get by with a starter jacket, and you good. It's all you
So
need is a
what you
nice little starter
so
jacket.
so let's I wanna make sure we take a minute. Let's tell people about self therapy and what it is.
Yeah,
First of
yeah, yeah,
all,
for sure.
I want to let people know that like Concrete Genius Media is not only just a brand, it's a family. I mean, I get solicited by all type of podcasts, but like if I don't believe in you, believe in a dream, I'm not really doing it. This dream here is just like different. Like, first of all, you the homie, player partner, confidant, comrade. So I like to let people know self therapy is going to be a part of what we're doing, but let's explain to them what self therapy is and what are you looking to bring to this lane. And I know what you offer, but let's let my fans know what this is offering so they can come on and take a bite out of it and go follow you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate. First of all, appreciate you having me. I know I seen you putting this thing together, and when I've been talking about trying to do this for a while. So now I'm finally pulling the trigger on it, and I most definitely want to bring it to help you grow your platform and to join the family. So thanks on that. Basically, I named it. I'm calling it self therapy because in my line of work and being in the media for so many years, and my base is journalism and telling stories. So it's a lot of stories that can be told, and a lot of people that can talk to that we can learn from. And a lot of times, a lot of us, we're not going to go sit down on a couch and talk to a therapist. We're gonna try to get through it our own way. And a lot of our own
Mm-hmm.
way is we're gonna maybe read a book. We're gonna listen to some speaker. We're gonna follow a motivational page, or we're gonna listen to the homies, or we're gonna say, "Oh, if LeBron did it, I can do it." But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever you're doing, you trying to give yourself some self therapy, whether you went through whatever. But a lot of times what we know, we not the only ones. You know, you ain't the only one that's been locked up. I ain't the only one that's been through what I've been through. It's other people. How
Right.
did you make it through? What helped you? Maybe that can help me. So that's where these stories come from. So it's going to be a lot of talking about, you know, talking to people who are doing the positive things out here, who are, you know, and hearing their story. Maybe that can, excuse me, maybe that can help you if you trying to do that same journey in some way. You know, here's a singer,
Mm-hmm.
here's what they've been through, but guess what? They still here grinding. And
Yes, sir.
while you've been singing and things ain't moving and you feeling a certain way, guess what? This person who you may say, oh, they doing it, they've been there, and their story can help move you. So that's what we bring. And so I got some people that have really been, like, I've been talking about this for a while. I've been talking about this for a
Yeah.
while and trying to do it. This is my career and different things didn't come together and schedules. So we putting it together. So I'm reaching back to a couple people that I know, and they might be like, "Ah, here you go with this again." But I'm coming back for y'all, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna get you. I'm gonna get you on there. We gonna talk some more.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh, but
yeah, yeah,
I got a few people. I got an episode that I'm about to drop with my guy. He's man, he I did some work with him on his season 2 of his series that he has on Amazon Prime called 4 Fee, and he's killing it right now with season 2. He's really been on the grind. It's my guy. He's another one you just sit down and he just all about that hustle and grind. But you know, he's from the Virgin Islands, so his story is like wow, you know what I mean. But
yeah,
he's an inspiration to people who want to be filmmakers, and he's basically
yeah,
doing it out of
yeah,
his pocket, doing his own thing. So it's
yeah,
stuff like that, man. I want to talk to, and that'll be dropping, and then I'm gonna talk to some more people, because I know a lot of people around this country that's doing things. So I want to
yeah.
talk to them. I want to get there. I want to hear their stories, and then I may even just grab somebody you never even heard of, and I want to know what they're going through. So
Yeah,
and then on
yeah,
top of
yeah,
that, you know, it's gonna be some comedic relief. I mean, we're gonna
yeah,
joke around. We're gonna
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
some current topics and then some other things. But
yeah,
that's really the part. That's really the most part, man. I want to know. I want to know what keeps you going, because that in turn really, man, helps me with my motivation too. Because sometimes I can get down and whatever. We all, and mental health is a big thing nowadays, and you know, so you know, we all go through something. We don't know how one thing affects the other. I want to put more attention on the positive. I don't, you know, I know what some things, like we was talking earlier about, you know, the breakdown of our neighborhoods or whatever. But at the
yeah.
same time, though, why is that? And then also, why isn't any attention to the places where it is being done? We just always think it's not. It's not, but it is. It is. It's just that
Yeah.
we get attention. We putting the attention on the cast that ain't doing it, and that's what they want because that's how they stay relevant. So that's what
That
this is
keeps the
all
cycle of
about, man. It's going to
negativity
be
going, don't it?
not necessarily.
No, I didn't
I'm
mean to
talking
cut you
about
off.
it helps them. No, you good. It's from the relevancy. Like remember when you was in class and that mother who couldn't read, but he always acted out to maybe take the attention away from the fact that I can't read. But and if I can't read, I'm going to get attention this negative way, right? Because the
Mhm.
people may joke with me, whatever. But I'm going to act a fool over here, or to even not because he couldn't read, because he wasn't being talked about. Because guess what? Everybody was paying attention to the cats who were getting the awards and winning the spelling bees, like you was doing all this and that. Like they sitting over here quiet, like, why I ain't getting no love? So then they start
Yeah,
acting up, and then everybody's like, "Yo," everybody like, see, that's the problem with these kids nowadays, and they only talking about the 2 kids over there because the other 18 in the class is doing good shit, and
and they
that's an
trying.
exaggerated number, yeah, and they just chilling. So it's just that, man. We don't always have to, it's a lot of kids. People talking about these kids, or the people, these people, this and that, people that ain't that. I mean, that's not untrue, but that ain't all it is. You know what I mean? And that's where that's where I'm just trying to bring in, like, here's a bunch of people that is doing things, and you know what? At one time they was that person that you talking about, but they not no more. So regardless if you feel like this is what's going on, what are we doing to help? And what are we doing to change it? You know what I mean? And then the person that we're talking about, are we helping them so that they can get out of that? Because a lot of people don't make it out. Now you know what you've been through in life and everything, and I'm pretty sure you got a list. We could talk for 30 more minutes of talking about the people who walked that same path who didn't make it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I could talk, we could sit here and talk about my career, but I worked with a lot of people about 5 years into my career was going back to school to be a nurse or whatever because they wasn't making no money. They didn't get the opportunity. You know what I mean? So these people have made it through. How did they get through? Or if maybe they did change paths, what helped you change the path and this and that? So that's kind of my mentality on this, man. And I like to talk about, I want to, and I also, want to bring, education, good game, talking finances, talking, mental health, talking whatever, what I mean, with some experts, and we're just talking
yeah,
about a lot of
yeah,
people want to buy a house. I want to talk to a cat who's a realtor. I got homies that I used to be a real estate agent. So I got homies in the game that can help you go where you need to go, and just other things, period, from women having to
yeah.
go through different things, from whatever, man, just all topics.
Mm.
All topics are there, and how'd you get through it, how and staying positive through it. And because see, once we stop saying what these kids ain't doing, because some of them that's enough because they're getting talked about. But what if we talking
They
about
get
the
tired of
positive
that
stuff
shit
and you
quick.
ain't getting no love? They're gonna be like, yo, we got to
Yeah.
do something so we
Fuck
can
this
get some
shit.
love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
that's what self therapy is about, man. But it's hopefully gonna be a fun show. We're gonna have some good time, do some features on some good people, man, and keep the shit moving, man.
Well, I know it's gonna rock for me. Um, I appreciate it. I've never been able to get therapy. My first podcast, Mother's Day, was kind of therapy. It took me too long, 2 years to put it out, so it was kind of therapeutic. And I feel
Yeah,
like it's an honor for this to be the first show that I'm including on the brand because I want black, with it being Men's Health, Mental Health Month, I want black men to know, like, 75% of suicides are men. You know what I mean? I want men to have a place where they can go and say, you know what? I'm not weird for being uncomfortable about this. That's why I love the title of it. That's why I love your intelligence and your presence and your art, because I want a black man who feels like you just a number in this world to come to our channel and have options to say, you know what? Let me listen to self therapy and I feel good about myself today. You know what I mean? Because we're always the foundation of everything, but we never the flowers, we never the trophy, we never the chimney. People always see the work of what a black man did, and then it's like, okay, we'll do it again, nigga. Well, damn, can I get a cup of Kool-Aid or something? And this is
yeah,
what this
that's
podcast is able.
yeah,
We need to be able to voice and know that it's very masculine to tell somebody that you hurt them. You know what I mean? I've been
mm,
blessed. I got out of jail, bro. My mom was dead. I was depressed all over. I ain't had, I had my dad, but I was thinking like, man, I'm a fly nigga. They sending me out here with $25. First time I walked in Claude Nanny's, I couldn't even go in because I didn't know if I was fly enough psychologically. It was fucking with me. And it's a
yeah,
lot of men. If I didn't have strong friends like Rio and you and strong family members, I don't know where I would have been. I don't care how much slick shit I popped. Everybody that popped it, I don't care if it's Tupac, nigga. Everybody got somebody up under them that was really there, that's holding that root. And them the
yeah.
guys we gotta save. And that's why I'm honored to have you on, because I feel like it's gonna be another smart seed or a brilliant seed. And it could be my son, my nephew, that hears what you bring and the way it's packaged, and it may save their life, change their life, or just help their life for a minute. And that's what we need, man. That's our goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's what it's all
I,
about,
I
man. See,
appreciate you, man.
yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you. We're gonna keep this thing rolling, man, and you know, make it happen.
Make it happen. So I know they're gonna be able to find you here. Is there anything else you want to tell somebody where to find anything? I know over the site. Do you want to give a verbal link to the clothes or something? I know we're gonna put something on it. We're gonna let them know, but let people know that where they can find wherever you at, whatever we doing yet. Self therapy will be on concretegeniusmedia.com. But is there
Right.
anything else you need to push? Website, Instagram, anything? It's up to you. It's all you.
Now, just gonna check me out on Instagram. If me personally is Reggie underscore the great one. And then of course, come over to Self Therapy Show on Instagram. I'm just getting that up, getting that rolling. It's going to be the links to the YouTube. Where you can catch these episodes on my YouTube thing. So subscribe to that. Come over to you, and we'll have all the information there too. You know what I mean? So, if any
Yes, sir.
questions, just come on over to Concrete Genius, and then after that, you see everything that you need to see to get to me, and then we're gonna keep it. After that. So keep these episodes coming, giving some good people some good content, man, and just have fun with it. This is a space like we was talking earlier, man. This is a space like we couldn't have did this 20, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? It's been
Nah,
rough. It's been
nah,
hard to do it,
nah.
but here it is. We doing it. We just throwing up some cameras. We got links, so we gonna have some fun with it, man. Just be another voice for cats out there, whatever. And anybody got any questions, or somebody they want to come on and talk in the self therapy about it, suggestions, man. Just like I said, get on there, check the links, email us, man. Let us know, man. We're gonna keep it popping,
Hey, man. Hey, before I sign off, I just want everybody to look, man. I love this nigga, man. He like Yoda. You know what I mean? Like, I rock with him. He cool as shit. Chill as iceberg, slim. Smarter than motherfucking the nigga what's his name? That be arguing with Big Sean over the planets and shit, nigga. He's smarter than that nigga. And then not only that, man, the dude is sincere with his intention. So, like, for me, this is a commemorative moment for the brand because my goal is to know I know what we have. And I also know that like this man is gonna take care of the product, take care of the people. So if you still on the fence, if you rocking with me, you wanna know why you should go follow this man. This man turned me on to Tito's, man. This man deserves a presidential medal of honor for turning me on.
yeah.
I think I'm bullshit.
Got it.
Tito's, tap
Got
in,
you.
bro.
Got you off that bumpy face, man.
Man, I'm 15 minutes from diabetes. I was 15 minutes in the left turn from diabetes, man. This man saved my motherfucking life, man, with this Tito shit. Back in 2016. So y'all need to check out Self Therapy. And this is the Concrete Genius Podcast. And Reggie, it's an honor. It's the first one I know I'm gonna be around. You're gonna be on mine, I'm gonna be on yours.
For sure.
But I just want people to know concretegeniusmedia.com. It's all coming and it's here now. All right. And we love y'all. We plan to see y'all soon.
Peace out, my brother. One love, man.
One love.